Hi, Christine with Camp Smarts. Today I'm going to talk about multi-tools, more specifically the Leatherman Blast and the Leatherman Squirt PS4. Talk about each one of them individually and then comparatively. So in one of my first videos, I believe the one on my hiking bag, you saw I showed you the Leatherman Blast and how I was carrying that. And also the fact that I already at the time I felt that it was a little bit too heavy. So I went out looking for a lighter alternative to this, which is where I came up with the Leatherman Squirt PS4. I don't get everything in here that I have in here, but you'll see how I figure that this can be a replacement for this, for me, obviously. This was my first multi-tool that I purchased for my survival kit. So it's been a while. I can't remember if I purchased this sheath separately or if it came with it. If you go on their website, they do say that there is a leather sheath available. I don't remember seeing it, so it either came with this or this was the only option. If you go on the Leatherman website, they say that the Leatherman Blast is tough on the job, not on the hands. And that's because it has stainless steel handles, stainless steel body, but they have this, they call Zytel comfort grip inserts in here. The reason I purchased the Leatherman Blast as opposed to other ones, other multi-tools, was because I wanted something that had pliers. I already carry a knife, so it wasn't because of what the knife itself was in here. I wanted a pair of pliers with wire cutters. By having snare wire in my survival kit, I wanted a way to be able to handle the snare wire, and for any other thing that might possibly come along, I wanted a pair of pliers. So that's why I got the Leatherman Blast. Also because when I compare it to others in this category, it was the one that seemed to me that was the best in terms of price and quality. I think I paid something like $50 at the time for this, and I know the Leatherman Wave is in the 70s range, so this seemed to me to be pretty good. The Leatherman Blast also has a black oxide version available. And as all Leatherman pieces, it has a 25-year warranty. All of the blades and tools are locking. The Leatherman Blast weighs 196 grams and about 220 grams with a sheath. So that's 6.9 ounces on its own and about 7.73 ounces with a sheath. So it's a needle nose plier. And you also have regular pliers, you have wire cutter, and you also have a wire stripper. So if you can see the little area in there, that's for wire stripping. It doesn't have a spring mechanism, so you have to actually handle it somehow, open it and close it yourself. So if you open the Leatherman Blast like this, you can see that there is a ruler. So you have centimeters on one side and you have inches on the other. Now the inches, and I'm going to put it down, is the way it should be. So you would be reading it from left to right, 1, 2, 3, so forth, up to about 8 inches there. But if you turn it to centimeters, it's the other way around. So you would have to read it from right to left because you've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, you can work on it and you still know that's 1 centimeter and that's obviously 2 and 3, but it's just awkward why they put the numbers the other way around. If you want to read it from left to right, you have to turn it around and read the numbers upside down. So this is a 420 HC clip point knife, and the blade is 3 inches long, so 7.62 centimeters. If you close this up, then you've got handy knife. Funny thing though, and the Leatherman Wave does the same thing, is that the way it's facing, so if you want to cut something, you have this area in the way. So you're never going to be able to cut all the way down if it's something that this is going to lean up against. And that's something that will look on the Leatherman Squirt PS4. The knife actually faces the other way. The unlocking mechanism is in the back, and you have to press quite hard, actually, I find, to be able to open it, to be able to close it. I've heard people saying that if you put some oil in it, then it's better, but I haven't done any of that. I haven't put any oil in it at all. Other things you have in here is you've got a flathead screwdriver. There is a smaller screwdriver, and then you've got a small bit driver, and you can pull this out, and you've got a Phillips head on one side and a flathead on the other. So whereas the other tools, you lift them up by these little grooves here, the saw has the groove in here where you can pull it out. And then you've got a saw. So now on the other side, the first thing you have here is a pair of scissors. Then you've got a Phillips head screwdriver. Then you've got a bottle opener and a can opener. And you've got a metal and wood file. So Leatherman has different categories for their multi-tools. It ranges from heavy duty to keychain size. So it goes heavy duty, full size, pocket size, and keychain. The Leatherman Blast is in the full size category. So the Leatherman Squirt PS4 is in the keychain category. If you go on their website, what they say for the Squirt PS4 is, who says you can't have it all? This has 9 tools in one. It weighs only 2 ounces, so 56.4 grams. When it's closed, it is 2.25 inches long or 5.72 centimeters long. Has 100% stainless steel body, anodized aluminum handle scales. It is available in red, black, and blue, and it also has a 25-year warranty. So when I was looking for a lighter version or a lighter alternative to the Leatherman Blast, I was still looking for something that would have pliers. The Leatherman Squirt has as well spring action, in this case, needle nose pliers. You have the regular pliers, and you have wire cutters. The tools and knife are on the outside, so the pliers can actually be closed. You have a 420 HC knife with a blade length of 1.6 inches or 4.06 centimeters. And that's a wood and metal file. It has a medium screwdriver, and it has a flat Phillips screwdriver. Then it also has scissors. One really great thing about this is the knife, different from the Leatherman Blast, is actually on the bottom half. So it doesn't have that problem of having the obstacle just below it. So if you are cutting something, it goes all the way down. Okay, so let's compare the two. One weighs 196 grams. The other one weighs about 56 grams. They're obviously very different in size as well. Like I said at the beginning, the reason I bought the Leatherman Blast was, or why I wanted a multi-tool at all, was because I wanted something that had pliers. I already carry a knife. Not only in my everyday carry I have a knife, but I also have a knife in my survival kit. The reason I wanted a multi-tool was specifically because of the pliers. The Leatherman Blast pliers are obviously a lot sturdier and they're going to be able to handle a bigger job. But I'm not expecting to have a very big job to use such heavy pliers. The scissors are also very different in size, and obviously the ones in the Leatherman Blast cut a lot better than the Leatherman Squirt. I took the Leatherman Blast on one of my canoe trips last year, and I found that the only thing I was using on this every day was the scissors, and it was just to open up the coffee packets. So to carry something this heavy for something that simple, this would have done just fine, and I wouldn't have had so much weight on me, because as we know, every single gram counts. Obviously, the size of the blades is very different. Obviously, a blade this size is much more practical and will be used more often. But I don't like the way it has this as an obstacle here. And I like the way the Leatherman Squirt is a lot better in that aspect. And also, like I said, I already carry a knife, so this is not one of the most important things for me. The one thing that I really miss in the Leatherman Squirt that I have in the Leatherman Blast is the saw. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, but I would think that it might be one of the pieces that I might find handy. This seems to be something a lot more heavy duty than what I need. And because it weighs so much, I won't carry it all the time. Because this is so small and light, I do carry it all the time. So obviously, something that you carry all the time is always going to be more useful than something that you don't have on you when you need it. So there you have it. Those are my opinions on the Leatherman Blast and the Leatherman Squirt. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe so that you always know when I've posted a new video.